Okay, beautiful people, how are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. So, today let's talk about studies in Denmark, and I want to tell you that admissions is going to open around September, October this year for those who wants to study in Denmark next year from February. That's February 2026. So, if you want to study in Denmark, watch this video till the end. These are 10 universities, I think 8 or 10, I do not know, in any order. I'm going to be giving you these universities and you choose one from them. You can go to their website and verify what you need to check, all right? Also check if you want to study a bachelor's or master's. Just go to their website and check to see what they have. Then you can begin your search from there. But understand that most of these schools will not have all their programs open for the February intake, which is going to commence around September. Note that you need an application fee to study in Denmark. Now, before I give you these universities, I'm going to tell you some things that entails requirements, fees, application, and of course, visa. In another video, I'm going to talk about how you can bring your family and some of the things that you need to know. But for now, let's talk about the universities and their requirements, their fees, and application and visa. Let's begin with the requirements. After this, then I will give you the details. Requirements to study in Denmark in all these universities, they are not the same. Okay, remember I said you can study a bachelor's or master's in English, but it all depends on you, just to check. Okay, so do your due diligence and understand that this is the shortest intake, like the smallest, because most courses are not open. Now, requirements to study in Denmark. General requirements include if you are going for bachelor's, your high school certificate, and if you've gone ahead to maybe get something that is more advanced, more than your high school certificate, let's say a postgraduate diploma or maybe HND, then you have to use it to support your application and apply. Always check requirements before you apply to any institution in Denmark, anywhere around the globe, not just Denmark. Now, your high school qualification is important. If your grades are very good, fine and good, you can just submit your application. Then also, if you are going in for masters, you need to get your bachelor's degree certificate and the transcript. And some schools will not accept attestation, guys. So that's why I always tell you, get all your original certificates together before you engage. Then you may have to write a motivation letter. That's another requirement. Then also, you may have to maybe submit reference letter. It depends on the institution. And another important thing is IELTS, English proficiency. Go and get your English proficiency now. And before you apply to Denmark, always check their website. Most institutions will say that if you already got a bachelor's degree, you cannot use that bachelor's degree and apply again. Otherwise, they can only give you a position if there are limited number of people. But if many people apply, even if you are qualified more than them, say because you already have a bachelor's, you cannot get a position. I hope you understand. Now, we've talked about the requirements. Those are the basic things that you need to know about requirements. Then going further, if you want to know how much is the tuition fee to study in Denmark, you should know that tuition fee in Denmark is per semester. That is to say, you are going to pay per semester. In Europe, in other countries, you are going to pay per year, because in 2 semesters, we have 1 year. 1 year is 2 semesters, right? So if your university in Denmark charges you 5,000 euros or 10,000 euros, know that in 2 semesters, you are going to pay 20,000 euros. So before you apply, always check. I think from my observation, most schools start from around 4,500 to like maybe 12,000. No, I think 10,000 euros. I think there are some programs at the University of Copenhagen or Technical University of Copenhagen that charge more than that. So please always put this into consideration. But remember, check if they are saying you are going to pay per semester or per year. But Denmark charges, most of their universities will ask you fees per semester. And most times you are going to see these, they go above maybe 4.5 million, guys. It depends on the program anyway. I've talked about IT, we have talked about fees now. Then the application fee, you are going to pay application fee. Sometimes you can pay one application fee and apply to 3 different programs in the same institution. Then for the application, when is the application going to open? Like I mentioned before, application starts September. and this is for February intake. But normal intake, which is the big intake, which is the intake for October, September, October, like this year, those who are applying for visas now, they're going to start September, October this year. The intake usually starts from around January. Okay, so always verify all of that. Remember, you can move to Denmark with your family. I'm going to make a separate video about that to explain that to you. Now, remember I said these universities, you are going to be applying and moving to Denmark. But there is something. You are going to apply and then have the possibility of moving to Denmark with your spouse or family. Your family is your wife and your children, or your spouse and your children. Okay, there is a news that came out in May from the government. The government said for you to move to Denmark, okay, work, study, and then after you finish your school, you get a stay back visa to search for a job for 6 months. Then after you get the job, you are going to get a permit for like 3 years. Okay, for you to do this and subsequently bring your family to Denmark, you need to apply to all state universities. The government said non-state universities, okay, non-state approved universities will not get permit. In fact, if you apply to any university which is a non-state institution, not approved, you cannot get permit. But these schools I'm going to give to you, okay, you cannot get a permit to stay back after your degree is over. You will get a permit to go, but you cannot stay back. Secondly, you cannot bring your spouse to Denmark or your family to Denmark. So apply only to these institutions I'm giving to you now. If you find some later, fine and good. You can also add to your application list. Now, let's go. The first university is Aalborg University. Aalborg, I always call it Aalborg. University of Aalborg is a big institution. I actually did my application here and it was rejected. And when it was rejected, that was when I noticed that you cannot use a bachelor's degree and apply for another bachelor's degree, or you cannot use a master's degree and go in for another master's degree. It is not allowed in Denmark like that. So please put all these things together. Okay, Aalborg University, I think they charge about 103 euros. I'm not very certain, but you can apply to, I think, 2 or 3 programs. Okay, with one application fee. So that's the advantage. Before you apply, make sure you are qualified. Check the program very well. It's important. And remember, tuition fee in Denmark is expensive. Okay, you will be asked to pay more than 6,000 euros. Before you even apply, you are going to see the tuition. So check all of that and then put all your things together. Boom. After you check, and if the program is open for February, why not? Just do your application. Now, the next university is Aarhus University. And this other university is also a big institution. So check them out. If they have a program, apply immediately. University of Copenhagen. University of Copenhagen, I do not know if they have the same name, but I'm going to verify because there is Southern Denmark. No, this one is Southern Denmark and not Copenhagen. Southern Denmark is different. Then University of Copenhagen is different. I think this school, they charge even up to like 10,000 euros per academic semester. Please verify again and note that if you really want to study and work in Denmark, try and locate Copenhagen. I'm not saying that there are no jobs in other areas, but Copenhagen is solid. If you work in Copenhagen for a few days, you are going to see something. So that is it. Then the next institution we are going to talk about is IT University of Copenhagen. Okay, I think this is another big institution. Those of you into IT experts and a whole lot. This is a university for you. Then we have Roskilde University. Roskilde University is also another big university in Denmark. Now, understand that you may go to these school websites and you notice that their application fee is not the same. Yeah, it's possible. Application fee may not be the same. Requirements may not be the same. But of course, you have to keep checking until you find where you can apply even for free. Okay, then we have Southern Denmark University as well. This is also another big institution in Denmark. Okay, so you can check it out. Then we also have Absalon University College. Absalon University College. All these schools like this, if they give you admission, you apply for your visa, you can bring your spouse over. And after you finish your study program, you can get stay back visa. Yes, it's possible. So Absalon University College is also another one. Then you have Danish Royal Academy. Danish Royal Academy is another institution as well. Then you have Copenhagen Business School. These are the schools that are great if you really want to apply for a study program in Denmark. Try and put in for these universities because, of course, trust me, it's not going to be that easy. and to get the admission. That is what I can tell you. But definitely, if you put in effort, you would definitely get something. Because I also realized that the application portal for Danish universities is not that complicated. But if you cannot do it on your own, that is when you contact the services of a professional, okay, so they can help do it for you. I hope you enjoy this. Please, before you contact somebody, make sure you trust this person. You can trust this person. At least this person is a good person. Because if you go and you do some things with certain people, at the end of the day, they will not do it for you, right? Thank you so much. And I think we are going to meet in another video where we will talk about how you can now move with family to Denmark and what to expect. Tuition fee in like schools in Denmark for kids is free, okay, are free. So it's now left for you to decide on what to do.